What's going on? Welcome back to another episode. Giving you guys a quick update. It's been a minute. Thought I'd give you guys an update on what's going on with the tournaments and how things are going. Well, tournament season could not have probably gotten off to a worse start. It has been bad. It has been very bad. I have not played good golf on any of the tournaments. So obviously, if you saw recap number 1, played terrible the first day. Second day played well until the last hole when I got heat stroke. And that last day was probably my best round up until that 18th hole that I've played in a tournament thus far. Because since then, it has been just absolutely terrible golf. And it's funny because it depends on the weekend what goes sideways. So on my second tournament, the driver and the wedges went squirrely. So that absolutely destroyed me. And then this past weekend, driver was good, but I was making like 5 or 6 bogeys a day, 80 yards or less in. I was murdering the driver and I can't hit a green to save my life right now. I can't aim. I don't know. So I'm out here practicing. I've been playing from the front tees today, irons only, just to try and find something, because this has just been a huge buzzkill. Of all the work and all the stuff I've done, it is not translating at all right now. It's not. My tournament game is absolute trash. Now, there's a couple of factors that lead into that. Obviously, one thing is that my mental game has never been particularly strong. So that's definitely seeing itself, exposed at the moment. And I'm continually working on that. I've made improvements, but it's just not there. And then, I'm trying to implement a lot of my course management. It's tough to implement course management when I don't know where the ball's going. Like it's so weird. I've lost the ability to aim. Like when I play well, when you guys, have seen in course vlogs or things when I'm on or when I'm confident, I can pretty much aim and fire and it goes within a relative area of exactly where I'm after. Right now, I have no idea. I don't know if it's an alignment issue. I don't know exactly what it is, but I have been trying to find some sort of consistency out there and I can't. And so it's brutal because I try and make adjustments, but if I make an adjustment, I then get a new error. And so, it just keeps compounding, and it's led to, this is the worst stretch of golf I have played since last year. It feels like I'm in my under par journey all over again. I feel like I'm at the beginning of that, but just in a tournament setting. It's like I'm back at that level of golf mentally that I was at probably, around May of last year. So it's been a bit disheartening to have to go back and almost feel like you're starting over, because I thought I'd probably made a little more headway than I did. I don't know. Like, it's so weird. I know I can play golf, but I have no concept of playing golf in a tournament setting. And there's just so many things in a tournament that I'm a very ADD kind of person. Like, there's so many things in a tournament. Like, I hate the pace of play in a tournament. It's so slow. Oh my gosh, it's so slow in a tournament. And that kills me. So I'm learning how to adjust to that. Obviously learning how to adjust to playing with different people. Now, luckily, I've been paired up with some awesome people, except for I had one guy this past weekend, and everyone in my group, we were struggling with this one guy. He's not a bad person. It was just lacks some self-awareness. And so that was a little tough to be around. But again, no excuses. Like, that shouldn't affect me, right? And so I'm just taking all this as learning and trying to translate it into some sort of improvement right now. So in an effort to improve and kind of just get back to form, I'm putting a lot of emphasis this week on obviously my approach game, my putting, because as you can see from my Arccos data, those are the two areas that are absolutely roasting me right now. It is just so bad. Oh man, guys, I'm not gonna lie, this has been really tough. This has been a really tough 3 weeks of golf, and it's been tough to maintain any sort of confidence throughout this process, because there's just not much to show for anything right now. Listen, plenty more tournaments to come. I know, I'm taking the positives out of it. I'm taking the learning. I'm still going, still grinding, not giving up by any stretch. However, this is definitely not the start I anticipated, wanted, or hoped for. So it's definitely a kick to the teeth. But there's still plenty of golf left. There's still plenty of the golf season left. And so hopefully, I just need a couple pieces to click and it'll all start falling together. Because that's the funny thing. It's interesting. Like, if I think back to my tournaments last year, right? I'm shooting kind of the same scores I was shooting last year when I was a worse golfer. But it was funny. I was hitting the ball worse, but was able to scramble better. And what's happening now is that I'm not getting penalized by those same errors. Like last year in a tournament, I was guaranteed to top it at least once a round with my driver. 100%. That was just going to happen. Mentally, that was going to happen. That did happen 2 tournaments ago. I was pretty pissed off that day. But majority of my errors this weekend didn't come from any of those typical errors. It was really funny. Like, I was hitting it. The ball was in the air. I just didn't know where the ball was going. And like, I didn't lose a ball to penalties. I didn't put anything. Yeah, I didn't put a single ball out of bounds, but I just could not score if my life depended on it. Like, just so many times I would roast a drive and then be, 85 yards in or 60 yards in and just completely blow it with the wedge and not even give myself a putt. And then you're putting all this stress on the chipping game, which was working, but then you're putting all this stress on chipping, which is fine because actually my chipping's been pretty solid. But then as soon as the putter disappears, well, like, what am I supposed to do with that? Now, any chance of up and downs are gone. Confidence in getting up and down, gone. Like, it's just a terrible cycle. And so that's just been such a torturous thing mentally, is that, when you hit that one shot off the tee and you're like, okay, I've put myself in play, I've given myself an opportunity, and then you blow it on the easier of the shots. I think there was only one hole this weekend where I actually played my game properly, and it's a par 5 on the back 9. I think it's hole 13. And like yesterday, it was like I hit a great drive and I hit a great 8-iron in on this par 5 and 2-putted for birdie. And I think that was my only birdie of the day yesterday. And that was the only time I was able to consecutively put together a series of shots that were good. Everything else was like, it'd be like driver, wedge over the green, or wedge it left, or wedge it right, or wedge it completely short. And there was no like typical miss. So it's tough to compensate for that. And then distance control, I don't know what's going on. I'm hitting the ball so much further all of a sudden with my irons, and I don't know why. Like, I typically wouldn't get these kind of flyers, especially because I spin the ball so much. But like, I had a couple times where I'd have a stock 4-iron shot and I would hit it over the green, or I'd have a stock 9-iron, 150 yards, 9-iron, and it would sail the green by 15 yards. And we're not talking like gusts of wind behind me. Like, there were times where I was hitting into wind and I would still go long. So I have, like, this is where I'm saying, like, the game's in this area of flux, and I'm just trying to pinpoint exactly what it is. And so I haven't really made a video because I honestly haven't diagnosed it yet. Because, like, on paper, a lot of the things I'm doing with my swing are actually pretty good. But for some reason, there's just some misalignment in what I'm doing. And so I got to get it looked at and just kind of diagnose where I'm at. But wanted to give you guys an update, let you know what's going on, let you know I'm still grinding, even though I'm pretty trash at tournament golf. So thank you guys for being patient and sticking with me on this journey. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope your golf game's going great. It can't be much worse than mine. So anyway, hope you guys are great. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.